Did you know that you don't have to do Christmas the way that everybody else does Christmas? You can do it any way you want. You do not have to buy a single present. You do not have to buy wrapping paper. You don't have to send cards. You don't have to have a Christmas dinner. You don't have to open your presents on the 25th. You can open them fucking 20th if you want. Open them when you want. You don't have to go to parties. You don't have to wear Christmas jumpers. You don't have to have a Christmas tree. You certainly don't have to have a shitload of lights burning up electricity and fossil fuels. You don't have to spend over £1,000 buying presents and food. You do not have to buy 25 bottles of alcohol to see you through 2 weeks. You don't even have to go out of the house if you don't want to. You could choose to spend Christmas Day totally alone. You could choose to buy yourself one gift. You could choose to spend it in your pyjamas, lie in bed, watch Netflix, eat ice cream. You don't have to see any relatives. Do you know why? Because you could have seen them at any point during the year. You do not have to cram 25 relatives in to the space of 2 or 3 days, because Christmas is supposed to be a respite. It's supposed to be a time to relax and chill. You're supposed to be hibernating, not working harder than you've ever worked just because society expects you to. You don't have to do it. You can do it any way you want to. Most of the people that I've encountered have done nothing but complain about the price of Christmas, the cost, that they've got all these relatives that they need to buy for, that they've got all these cards they need to write, and the price of postage stamps. How consumerist it is, and yet people still do it. They still write those cards, they still buy those stamps, they still wrap the presents. You know, you could actually put somebody's present in a carrier bag and it's actually still the same present. It's still the same present. You have still put the same amount of thought into it. It's just that you haven't wrapped it up, right? It doesn't matter. Why is that expected? Like, why is your character judged on how you Christmas? Why is it judged on the presents that you bought and how you've wrapped them and who you've sent cards to and how many parties you've been to and what your tree looks like? Why is that a judgment on who you are? And that's only if it's just yourself and you're looking at your close relatives. If you've got kids, you've got to think about schools and the kids' presents and the teachers and Christmas plays and then there's the office parties and Christmas jumpers everywhere. I even have Christmas tree shaped crisps now. That's a whole thing. Whole bunch of machinery, whole different shape, whole different packet, literally just so someone can have some Christmas crisps. I think considering that the majority of people are like really poor at the moment and are really struggling, a lot of people are working 2 or 3 jobs, still barely able to afford anything. People heartbroken because they can't afford to buy their kids the presents that they want. Or they're exhausted, running themselves ragged, going from here to there, trying to fulfill all these obligations and expectations that society has placed upon them. That is, by the way, not the law. And even if it was, you don't have to follow it. It's not the law that you have to Christmas. It's not the law that you have to buy presents, that you have to wrap them in this certain wrapping paper, that you have to do it all this way. Thousands and thousands of pounds. If you actually add it up, I mean, I'm not just talking about the presents, I'm talking about the food that you buy, the petrol to go shopping and to go see the relatives, the extra clothes. You might buy party clothes to go to the parties and the Christmas jumpers, and then there's the Christmas plays that you have to engage with at school, and the extra presents and the postage stamps and the cards, the alcohol, the going out, the Christmas nights out. I'm reckoning it's probably racking up a couple of grand per person at least. And that's just doing it the basic way. That's not just doing it the extravagant way. That's doing it like, average. And there are people out there that are really struggling. Don't have a home. Don't have someone to say Merry Christmas to. Which is fine. I mean, some people are probably sick of the sight of other people and are like, for fuck's sake, just leave me alone. I want to spend Christmas Day on my own. Which is okay. Do it your way. Gift yourself with what you want to do. Nobody said you had to Christmas. It's just implied. Your character is not judged on how you Christmas. Do what you want. You can sit in the park if you want. Go to the park, go sit on some swings. Listen to your favourite music. Go for a walk. Sit in the bath. I want to know how people spend their Christmas. What do you do? I don't want to hear you humdrum. I go and see my relatives and we have a lovely dinner and then we all go home and have a sherry. I'm not interested in that. I want to know what unusual Christmases people have. How do you do it differently? We're just doing Secret Santa this year. Just one present each. Trying to take the stress out of it. Because life is stressful. The majority of the people in this house are neurodivergent. In multiple ways. And life is stressful enough. Life is overwhelming. Babylon is overwhelming, supermarkets are overwhelming, the internet is overwhelming, social media is overwhelming, and yet here we are overwhelming ourselves with Christmas as well. At a time when we're supposed to be hibernating and resting. Please gift yourself the beautiful, gift of doing Christmas your way this year. And look forward to the light coming back.